Okay, hello everyone, and my name is Gary. And today my topic is cooperative hunting behavior, prey selectivity, and prey handling by pack ice killer whale, Orcinus orca, type B, in Antarctic Peninsula waters. So, before we talk about the research, we have to know some basic information about orcas. So you can see this picture is an orca and a human and the comparison chart. So the orca is about 5 to 8 meters long and about 3 to 6 tons weight. And what's special about orcas? First, they are fast swimming, and their swimming speed can up to 55 kilometer per hour, and it is almost the same as our motorcycle. And then they are they are long-lived, and they can live 30 to 50 years old. And they are very intelligent, but how intelligent they are, I will tell you in this presentation. And they are social animals, and they are largest apex predators. So you can see this food web, and the orca is on the top of the food web. Okay, then the orca also has several types. And there are type A, B, C, and D. And type B orca can divide it into B1 and B2. And they have different patterns on their bodies, like this picture. And they eat different food. And type A orca likes to eat a kind of whale called Antarctic minke whale. And type B1 likes to eat seals. And type B2 likes to eat the penguins, and type C and D likes to eat fish. But according to the molecular genetics analysis in 2008, different kinds of orca are probably not the same species. And this research will focus on type B orcas. So this is the widow seal, and they are very, very cute. But unfortunately, they are orca's favorite food. So, where is widow seal's home? And this picture shows you their habitat. They are all distributed around the Antarctica. And here is some information about widow seal. They are about 2.5 to 3.5 meters long and weigh to about 300 to 600 kilograms. And we come back to the orca. And where does the orca live? Here is a world map, but they are not a normal world map. You can see the information here. Here is the orca range. They are around the whole ocean. And so, if you search on Wikipedia, and they will show you their conservation status is data deficient because they are too large. They occupy the entire ocean. So our purpose to date, there have been no direct studies on killer whales in Antarctica, feeding habits, or prey preference. So according to this, we wanted to learn as much as possible about killer whale hunting behavior in Antarctica. So where did we find them? Here is Lava Field, and it's close to the southern tip of South America. And this research will take place here, Lava Field. And in the beginning, to determine if hunting whales had a preference among the different species of seals that were present on the ice, and we identified the random sample of 365 seals. In this figure, shows that there are almost crab-beater seals. It's up to 82%, but only 15% of widow seal, and only 3% of leopard seal. And how do we find the orca? We made observation from the 19.5 meters long sailing yacht, motor sailing yacht, 2013 to 30, January in 2009. And the observations were made outside from the top of the whale house, approximately 5 meters above the sea level, with 2 to 7 observers on watch at all times, using 7 times 50 millimeters binoculars. And once we locate the group of whale, we stayed with it until we lost it due to dense pack ice, bad weather, or darkness. And how to check them? To relocate the orca and to check their movement, we deployed spot file location only satellite transmitters to check them. We deployed onto 3 orcas from 3 different groups. And these devices were deployed using crossbow bolts fired at the dorsal fins of whales, with tags held in place by 2 6.5 centimeters barded titanium darts. And how to know if the seal was killed? The killer whales often killed and consumed their prey underwater, so it can be difficult to determine if the predation event was occurred. But there are some useful clues. And when the prey was not seen again, we assumed a kill had taken place only if we detected the fishy odor and oil slick on the surface that results when a marine mammal is dismembered underwater. And then we go to the result part. So, when the orca were hunting, they would do this motion called spy hops. Their head would come out of the water in order to find where the seals were, and their bodies would be vertical in the water. When the orca detected a seal on ice, it began a series of spy hops, 10 times or more, from different locations. Okay, and after the spy hopping, the orca would disappear for 15 to 30 seconds. We assume that it went down to vocalize to other members of the group, because usually in less than 1 minute, the rest of group would surface next to the floor and begin spy hopping around the seal also. And after vocalizing to other members, 2 to 7 orcas started wave washing. And you can see this picture like this. And they wave washing to wash the seal off the ice. And here is a widow seal. And here is a 1 meter wave generated by 6 orca. And in the end, the widow seal was washed off the ice and killed by the orca. So, if the flow was too large, orcas would generate a smaller, non-breaking wave, like this picture shows you, to break up the flow. Okay, in this picture, it was a 20 meters long flow. And in the beginning, the flow was a single part, just a single sheet of the ice. And the wave the orca generate as they pass below the ice, shatter the flow. And as you can see the picture here, it was break by orca and break to several parts. And after reaching the opposite of the flow, the orca turned back and spy hopping to relocate the seal immediately. So the prey selectivity. And we count a number of seals and orca encountered on ice. And there are 78% of crab-beater seal, and only 17% of widow seal, and 5% of leopard seal. And it is almost the same as the random sample we did before the research. However, the orca didn't think so. Okay, here is the number of seals washed off the ice by orca. And the ratio of widow seal is as high as 73%. And the crab beetle seal and leopard seal are only 27%. And although they are 27%, the orca wouldn't eat them after they washed off the crab beetle seal and leopard seal. So you can say that the type B orca only eats widow seals, and the type B orca shows a strong preference for widow seals. So the plant handling and feeding behavior on widow seals. And feeding, you can see here, feeding appears cooperative, with all members sharing their prey and no fighting observed. And the whales methodically dismember the carcass, the seal's carcass, likely focusing on their blubber and skin. So the conclusion, and the orcas are very smart according to their hunting behavior and prey handling. And they have a complex social structure according to they will hunt together and share their food for all members. And their type B orcas like to eat widow seal very much.
How do we supposed to know that the oil was come from the seal, not other fish or animals or mammal animals?
Because they are hunting the seals. Yeah, they only eat seals.
But other animals can release the oil too. How do we supposed to know that the oil was come from the seal, not other animals?
Yes, but in this moment they are only hunting the seals.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you explain more what is fish odor?
Fish odor is the smell. If the seal was killed and there was bad smell, you will smell. Yes.
How they define the different kind of orca, like type A, B, C?
I think they define as their patterns on the body.
Okay.
What do you think the most interesting about this kind of whale, type B?
Your question is what I think is the most interesting thing in this presentation. I think is here. And when they are hunting, they will wave washing and wash off the seal in the water and kill them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you go back to the world map? May I ask you what will orca eat when they are at the equator? Will equator have the seal?
Equator.
Yeah.
I think it's fish. So, sorry, the paper didn't mention that.
Okay, so I think it's a very enjoyable talk. So it's very easy to follow. And the paper itself is also very interesting. So I was actually quite shocked when I see an image like this. So imagine that they are man-eaters sitting around you, planning to eat you. So that's very scary. This presentation overall is very rich in image. Not only, so this is from the paper, but I don't know where is it from. Is it from another paper or you draw it yourself? Okay, so he looked for other material to support his presentation, to make his presentation very rich in image. And I think this is the image he made. He made himself. So overall, from this image, it's very easy to figure out what was really going on with this study. So this is really nice. And also, and he also had very nice stage performance, although he was still looking at the script. But he remembered to look at you from time to time, especially for the point that he wanted to emphasize. I don't remember which one, but he was like really talking to you and he was expressing like, oh, this is really important or interesting. You please pay attention to this. So this is very nice stage performance. And also he also converted the graph. So basically in the paper, these was just tables. So he converted those numbers into these very simple self-made figure from, I guess, Excel, right? But these, you see, after it's visualized, it's very easy to understand or to see the difference. So these are very nice communication strategy. Okay, and also when he was printing, he was explaining the figures, he remembered to print the keywords next to the figure so you can have a easy, you know where, besides the image itself, you know what is the key message in this image. So overall, these are all very nice presentation strategies. And therefore, I have some only minor comments. So one is from time to time, there are still some small things I think that you can take some time to explain it, like what is bubble, and also some pronunciation, like it is not long. I think you pronounce long-lived or what, but it should be long-lived. Okay, long-lived, yeah. So these are minor issues, but I think overall it's a very interesting and nice presentation. So let's thank Gary.